What up, what up, what up, what up, what up to another edition of Moment with the Messiah. You already know who it is, baby. It's Mr. Vega holding it down for the IE representing honest assholes. You already know what it is, what it do. Shout out to the crew, D Nut, Big Mizzle, Sasha, Juicy, the whole crew. Y'all the reason why I'm still pushing and doing my thing. Everybody is loving what I'm doing. They loving the content. They loving the interviews that I'm putting out, and I'm just loving what I do, man. Just putting on for the people, the culture, and that's why you call me the Messiah. So you already know what it is, baby. Tonight, special guest. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give sis the proper introduction. You know, when I first met her, this was we met at an event a couple months ago, and it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I got to politic, meet so many people, and my first time being around her, her energy was just it was there. It was extremely dope, and she came to me first, so it's only right for me to introduce her. Right, my sis, Jami B. What's up, girl?
Man, peace and blessings, man. That's one a hell of an introduction. I appreciate you, brother. I
Yeah,
do.
no doubt. No doubt, it's all love, man. One thing that I tell people, when you come on my show, when I do an interview with you, I just want to, I'll naturally give you your flowers, and I tell you, we talk all the time, and I tell you, I see you too. You putting out your work, you putting in the work, you even putting in the footwork. So it's an honor and a blessing to have you out here with the moment with on a moment with the Messiah. You feel me?
I appreciate you. Thank you, honestly, for having me from the bottom of my heart, man. I'm
Yeah.
honored and I'm grateful to be here, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It's all love, man. You give it, I give it right back. You know what I'm saying? It's a tit for tat thing, and by us being black people, we gotta fight against that stereotype where they say we don't know how to stick together.
Yeah.
I'm anti that. That's not where that's not the cloth where I come from. Out here in the entertainment business, it is enough. It is enough clout. It is enough fame. It is enough everything for all of us to come together and get it. We just gotta, put our swallow our prides, put our egos up, and just let's get it
Yeah,
and get it.
it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that don't want to show love, or like you said, too prideful. But at this day and age, man, we stronger together.
Oh God,
Versus being separate. Like you need a team, and team is very important, man.
yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things that I learned about doing the whole podcast thing is just it's good to have a team. It's good to have a team of listeners, but also a team of people that's going to give you ideas, that's going to give you insight. I speak for me when I say this. I feed off that. That's what keeps me going. It's just knowing that I have a team of people that support me and love what I do, but also don't mind giving me insights because I'm around with it. That's just what it is. Like I said, unified, we can't be messed with.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for the love. I'm here to support other podcasts. Like nothing's wrong with hopping on other podcasts, shouting out other podcasts. One thing about you, you always show me love, and I try my best to show it right back. Man, I do appreciate you again.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm gonna be honest with you, sis. I learned a lot of my like as far as like just different notes and skills from like conducting interviews. I learned a lot from you. There was this other cat I ran into. I forgot his name, but you just you gotta have natural energy. You gotta have the natural instinct,
Agree.
and you are meant to do this.
Man, thank you, man.
Like
Thank you.
you were like seriously, you are meant to do this. Like the voice that you got, and then how you put out your content, the way you put out your content, you have fun with it, but it's an impact that's behind it, and that's what helped me come up with a lot of the questions that I'm gonna ask you tonight. And you know, after tonight, man, hopefully we can do more and more, and whole lot of people know who Jamie B is because you are definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I love it. So
Man,
you
thank you,
ready?
thank you.
You ready to get up in this thing called the moment with the Messiah, sis? You
I'm a
ready to
little
get it?
nervous. I got little butterflies, but I'm ready. I'm down. Let's do it.
No, I got you. I got you. You know, we gonna let's say we're gonna be like Cheryl and Reggie Miller. You know, we're gonna go back and forth. You feel me? We we
Okay.
gonna we gonna do the sis and bro thing. You feel me? Well,
Okay.
so those for people that don't know you, you know, especially some of my followers and just other followers, let them know who you are and where you're from and you know what you stand for. Just a brief bio of who Jamie B is.
Something real brief. My name is Jamie Burrell. People call me Jami B. I have no idea. I've been wrecking my brain for years. Where did Jamie B come from? But yeah, my name is my name is Jami B. That's where it comes from. Jamie Burrell. I'm 38 years old. Of course, I'm from Watts, California. Um, I started me and my brother Levante Smith. He introduced me into podcasting. He seen something in me that I didn't see. He was like, you got the personality, man. I need you. I want to start a podcast. And that was like in the heart of the pandemic when COVID first started. And he believed in me. He had faith in me. He eventually moved on to wrestling. This is his wrestling attire. I don't know if you can see it. Born Leaders Wrestling Podcast. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my life. Like I'm 38 years old. I am a part of the LGBT community. I am a mother. I gave birth to a child. Um, and I love podcasting. Podcasting is life. Like I get to meet different people and feel people energy and connect. It's all about networking and connecting.
Facts, facts. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, just for the simple fact that I mean, for starters, I asked, you know, it was a little bio, but you gave a whole dialogue of who you are, and that's
My
good.
bad.
That's real good. That's really good. Like seriously, that's really good. And honestly, I didn't because I knew you was from the city. I didn't know what part, and I didn't want to take a guess or whatnot. Like, let me just wait to the interview. You know what I'm saying? Because that
Okay.
always comes from the part. But you know, yeah, shout out to Watts. I got people from out there too, man. You know, and just shout out to your introduction. You know that was good. You know, just now that for the ones that didn't know who you are, I'm pretty sure they finna know who you are now. You know, repping
Yeah.
Watts, California, loving the podcast game that you're very good at. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm gonna give you your flowers as much as I can. You feel me while you're on here?
I appreciate
But
you, bro. Appreciate you.
yeah, definitely. So well, my next question is well, what got you into the podcast world?
Um, I really didn't think I had like I thought I was just regular. I didn't think like I had like a personality to do podcasting. My brother, like I said, he introduced me. He wanted to start a podcast. Like it was the middle of the pandemic. It was nothing to do and everybody was doing podcasts. And my brother Levante, he is the king of editing. So he was like, man, let's do a podcast. I can edit. You can come up with the questions or do research. So we ended up my first interview. I interviewed this guy named Copy Poppy, aka Mike Wayne, and I'm just a big fan of music. Like I love music. So when I interviewed him, like most reactions, people is like, "Wow, you did research on me," and I like the reaction of people. So I just kept feeding for more. Like, oh man, I need to interview this person. I need to interview Glasses Malone. I need to interview T Fly. I need to interview Playboy. So I was just fiending for more. Like I actually like doing it, even though like we did not break up. People think that me and my brother broke up. We did not break up. He just moved on to the wrestling world. Like that's his his liking, and my liking is music. Like I love music. So that's really how I got into podcasting, my brother Levante.
Nice. Shout out to Big Bro. Especially when your family member is an inspiration. And that's dope.
Yeah.
It sounds like, and since you've been on, you mentioned him. You know what I'm saying, twice. So, and that's dope because that lets you know that he played a big part of you wanting to open the door for what you really want to do, and that's being in the podcast world.
Yeah. Yeah. Like who knew? Like he seen something in me that I didn't see. Like I didn't think about it. He just gave me an idea. He helped me out and I ran with it. And I've been going, I think we're 3, 4 years strong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much.
Dope, dope. So, um, just real quick, what I'm saying, for I know I can hear you real good, but is it possible? Is it possible like you can like go somewhere like in your area where like it could come in a little more clear?
Okay. Gotcha.
Because you was
What
I was
about now?
hearing you, but, you know what I'm saying, like trying to say something.
What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just it was freezing, like
Okay.
I can hear you, and then it was freezing. So I just wanted to make sure, because you out here, you're dropping knowledge, girl, and I want to make sure that it comes out good.
I appreciate you. Yeah.
Definitely. So, but yeah, again, man, shout out to your bro, man, for playing the inspiration again, man. That's all love right there. So again, moving right along with and if you're just tuning in, this is Moment with the Messiah, featuring my girl, my sis, Jami B, holding it down for
Yep.
Born Leader. Look, I hold on, just real quick before I go into my next question. This is a bonus question I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a dope name. How did you come up with that name for your podcast?
So again, everything is like my brother. Like I'm just giving him his flowers. It's a group called from Hawthorne that's called Born Leaders. It was Bosco, my cousin, YG Chris. It was just a group of members that was just rappers and they called themselves Born Leaders. And
Like,
people grow up, people have kids, lives and jobs. So they just dispersed. And my brother, he loves Born Leaders so like that clicks so bad he has it tatted on his hands. So I said, man, let's just keep it Born Leaders. And we asked my cousin YG Chris for the blessing to have it, and he gave it to us. So shout out to my cousin Poonie. He was like, "Man, you guys could do it." He was the second person we interviewed from Born Leaders podcast.
dope, yeah, yeah. Because it's crazy. At the end of my notes that I took the question, I'm like, dang, well, wait a minute, how the hell I didn't get that one out of all questions? I've been wanting to know, like, man, how did she come up with that? That's a dope name. You know what I'm
And
saying? But yeah,
and I'm gonna drop another gem for you. I never really tell people, but if you're a Tupac fan, Tupac says, I'm a born leader. I never leave without my heater. I think he says something like that. I don't want to misquote Tupac, but that's where they got the name from, originally got the name from. So
I'm trying to think what song I heard that. I'm trying to think what song. It's like one of those bars that you know the song, but it's not at the top of your head.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So
But I definitely know what you mean. Yeah, and yeah, hey, hey, man. Again, if you're just not paying attention, sisters out here killing it. You know what I'm saying? I told you, doing your Cheryl Miller thing. So, my next question, since you've been in the podcast game, since you've been doing it, you said, what, 2, 3 years now?
like 3 to 4.
Okay. Um, what do you love the most about being in the podcast world?
What I love the most, I like meeting new people. I like feeling the energy, connecting with people, networking, actually doing research on people, having them at all like, wow, you did research on me? Like, wow, you knew that? Like I like that reaction. So that's like my drug that keeps me going as far as doing podcasts for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I definitely agree with you on that because that's the same thing about me. Like when I met you at that Media, that was like my biggest media I did since I've been doing my podcast. And like that was the second event I'm into, but that one right
Okay.
there, excuse me, I was a little more prepared. But as far as like questions and everything, but I didn't have like as far as the microphones and everything. I'm like, okay. So the next one, I was just watching like things that I needed out to do. I was like, okay, all right, all right. Well, the first thing I did was just just get the name out there because everybody and their mama was just coming at us with the shirt. Like, man, honest assholes. I'm like, yeah, yeah. But like I said, you was the first person I came across, and then I was just like, hey, let's do it. Interview, tit for tat. So I definitely agree with you, girl. Meeting people and networking, that's definitely one of those, if not the best, one of the best perks about being in the podcast world.
I agree. I totally agree. Like that's one thing I like. I love actually.
Yes, yes. So my next question, by us being in this industry, it's very competitive, but at the same time, it's very fun. So, are there any other goals that you would like to reach? Also, while being in the podcast world.
Um, I have another podcast called A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That. And it's like adult series, a little raunchy, I guess. But we talk about everything about love, relationships, mental health, ratchet shit. And there's this girl named ASAP Tokyo Renee. She's a songwriter, she's a singer, she's a rapper, she's everything. She's dope. So my goal is to basically have her as big as me or as big as how people look at me. She's a hidden gem. So my goal is to push her out. I want you guys to follow her, ASAP Tokyo Renee. And yeah, she's a host of A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That. So that's my goal.
So it's like safe to say, it's just pretty much just putting people on, right? Being like a type like a manager.
That's not even that. It's about just connecting, like networking. Like say if you on a podcast and you see like this person would be dope interviewing me, like just shout me out. Like, it's about putting people on. Like one
Yeah.
thing about the West, one thing I don't like about the West, we don't look out for each other as far as music, as far as
Oh man.
podcasting. We don't show each other love. Like if I got the connections, then I'm going to spread the love. Like I don't
Oh
care.
God.
It's all about showing love. Like ATL can show each other love, hop on podcasts, is no question. It's like people will look at my numbers like, oh, you only following this amount of people. No, I'm not fucking with you. It doesn't matter. If you feel my energy and you fucking with me and you rocking with me, then let's do it. Let's support each other. Let's let the West support each other. Like we don't have to be crabs in a barrel. Like that's
Oh
crazy.
God. Facts. That's big
Yeah,
facts, man. Because I mean, and one of those crazy about it. The Northern Cali is actually better than us. They support each other.
of course. Of
The Bay
course.
supports the Bay supports each other to the fullest.
To the fullest. And they still come out here and fuck with us. So it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. North, like, yeah,
It's
like
really us.
LA and Compton and all that. Like, we don't
It's
support
Southern,
each
it's
other.
really Southern Cali, man. It's because I mean we grew up out here, so we know the politics. We know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm out here almost 40, man. So I move different, man. So it's like my energy nowadays, man. I'm just if you ain't into like bettering black people, man,
Agree, man.
I just
I'm
can't
right
be.
behind.
This is a train, man. This is a train, man. That I'm trying to go around the world in. There's certain parts that they say we weren't even allowed to go to in the world, man. No, when you hop on this train with me, we going everywhere.
Agree. But at the same time, my train, you have to show as much work as I put in. Like, you know what I mean? You're not riding this train for free. And I'm not saying paying. I'm saying putting the same work I'm putting in. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. I'm not
Yeah,
charging. I just want if I post 10 times a day, I need you to post 15. Like,
you
you know what
feel
I
me?
mean?
Feel me? You feel me? Hey man, and that's another thing too, man. I feel like everybody just when it comes like being in this industry, everybody just act like it has to be some type of financial source to be supportive. And no, in reality, it all it takes is a like or a share.
Or a repost if I tag you. You just pressing that button to repost it. That's
You
it.
know, and then I love when people just like it and acknowledge you. You feel me? I'm humble on that fact. But it's just like at the same time, it's just like as you stated, whoever's on this train, you got to put in that work for some. I'm not gonna, I'm not even asking for no fare. I'm just asking for self. I'm asking for self motivation to where I'm gonna make to where you're motivated enough to keep me motivated.
That's the energy. We motivate each other. That's what's gonna keep the train going. Exactly.
So
I
I'll
agree.
definitely feel you. Yeah. See, yeah, I told you you was gonna kill this shit. You feel me? I told you,
Man,
girl. I got
I'm gonna have you on mine too, but I've never did a live. You might be the first one. I'm more so into like in person,
no,
and I know
I
in the
know.
IE.
We started off in person, but I'm finna move. I'm finna set my whole little podcast room up. So I'm about to be having people pull up and shit. We about to get back on that tip. But
That's
it's
cool.
just as of now, I have to put out the content. I didn't want
Of
to.
course.
So, but definitely, you know what I'm saying. We because your podcast is dope, girl. The way you conduct your questions is ill. I love it. You feel me? Don't think
I
I'm not watching.
appreciate
It's definitely dope. Another question I wanted to ask you because I took some dope ones. Okay, okay. So this is a you know, podcast guy to podcast girl.
it. Okay.
Would you agree that looking for new content to keep your audience is the hardest part about having a podcast?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. The only reason why I asked you that, the only reason why I started off like that, like I was like, all right, oh my goodness, what topic should I really talk about that's going to keep my audience? I used to think it was just let me just talk about ratchet shit, but once I kept evolving, like in my conversations and realizing, wait, I got more to talk about.
Yes.
That was less. That was less. That was basically I conquered my fear, but it was a fear that I did have at the beginning. So I was like, let me ask her. Let me ask her this. Let me see if she ever got that feeling because I'm like, I want to see if this is a common thing for other
Yo,
podcasts.
to me, if you chase that, what's in right now, major topic of discussion is like you'll get lost. Like it's like you get lost chasing that. Like I feel like you, Messiah, like your energy is dope, your conversation is amazing, and you have a nice core of fans, well, supporters that will just listen to you regardless. Like whether you talking about ratchet shit or what's in topic right now or what you involved about talking about. Like I just feel like it's all about your fans or your supporters. Let me stop saying fans, but your supporters. Like your supporters will adapt to whatever you don't chase the topic. Me and my brother did that and it was just too much for us.
Mm. Yeah. Hey. See, that was a dope answer right there. Yes, I love it. Yes, man. For me, I would say like anybody out there that is feeling like that, if you're worrying about your audience or what they're not gonna like or not, the only advice I'm gonna give you is this: be you and put the same energy that made you start the podcast into that conversation, whatever subject you come up with. I guarantee you're gonna love the outcome.
Agree. Agree. Just be you, man. Don't change for nobody unless you want to change for the better, but just be you. People
Fact.
will come to your energy regardless.
So, and again, I agree. So let me ask you this: do you agree? I mean, do you feel that you learn something more and more about yourself after every episode you put out?
I do. Believe it or not, I want you to answer this question. Well, I'll tell you, and then I want you to piggyback on it. I Every time I interview someone or I get interviewed, I have butterflies in my stomach. Like I try to figure how not to have butterflies. Like I don't know if you have that same feeling, but I always like have butterflies. And when I interview people, it's like once I sit down with them and I get to know them, it's like, why are you nervous? Like I try my best when I have interviews. I don't really call them interviews. Like my main thing is to have a conversation. Like I'm just having a conversation with Messiah. Like, why are you nervous? Like, I don't want it to be an interview more so. It's just like having a conversation with my big bro and we just talking. Like, that's it. So I
Yeah.
try to tell myself, like, calm down, don't have no butterflies. Like when we was telling me like we about to start in 10 minutes, I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. But yeah.
Hey man, the thing is, I mean, this is just what it is. I just go off of energy and I go off of I really just go off of energy, girl. And when I look at your stories, I look how hard I see you working. That
Mhm.
right there, this is me matching. This is a Ferrari This is a Ferrari next to your Lamborghini.
Okay.
So it's like I'm trying to match your energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. So when I come with the questions, I want to make sure that sis feels comfortable because every moment that I have with people, I make sure that I have different questions. I don't want to ask them the same question. I want to make sure that it's different. And by you and my last few moments has been with rappers and artists. So you my first, podcaster, and that's why I was like, let me see what questions I'm gonna hit her with, man,
Did
because
you find it
you know
challenging?
I did, because just for the simple fact that you come off like, hey man, she ain't no slouch. She gonna talk her shit. She gonna let the world know who she is. She does that on all her podcast, on all her episodes. So I was like, let me just I'm gonna match that. Let me just hit her with some dope questions, and you know, and you like I said, you've been killing it. Every question that I asked you, I feel like I'm getting to know you even more. I'm like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was saying. So especially the whole how you got your name for the podcast. So that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So and again, shout out to Board Leaders Podcast. You out here doing your thing.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. I need you on my podcast, man. I know we stay at a distance, but I'm gonna start doing a little live interviews too.
Yeah, hey, anytime I got you, sis. It's all love. I got you. So with that being said, we can go ahead and got like probably like two more. I'm gonna go ahead and we can wrap it up.
Okay.
Um, with that being said, what's the type of what message are you trying to put out? If somebody was to ask you, Jamie B, what is the message? What is that one? If you can give one message to the world of what does Born Leaders podcast mean to you, what would it be? What would be the message that you're trying to put out there?
Um, I really admire my brother Levante. So I would say the message is to be yourself, and my brother is definitely himself. To never give up, follow your dreams. Actually, don't reach for the stars, grab them. The world is yours and everything in it. Don't let fear put you in a box. Express yourself and stand on what you believe in. put God first. And that's what I think Born Leaders is a whole representation of. I just described my brother. Like, he's one of my biggest inspirations. Like, shout out to Levante Smith.
Oh, so, hey, you heard sis, man. You know, man, that's just what it is, man. So, what do we? So, our last question that we got out here.
Okay.
What do we got to look forward to from here on out? From Jamie B to Born Leaders podcast, and what was the name of your other podcast again?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
What
For
we got to look
20,
forward to? 2024 is around the corner, so it's like, what
ooh,
we got going?
my main thing is to push a little bit of this, a little bit of that, um, out more. We're going to change it a little bit, like you said. Like, you used to just talk about ratchet shit, and that's what that podcast is. But we're evolving. Ever since I got ASAP on there, she balance it out because she talks about real life shit. So 2024, we revamping a little bit of this, a little bit of that. um I'm pushing for ASAP Tokyo to have her own podcast. And for me, I just want to get better as far as editing and filming. I love podcasting, but I do this year, well, next year, I do want to do the back end of it and just push ASAP out more. Um, push my brand, Jami B and Friends brand out, is more
Oh,
just,
shout out to your merch. Shout out to your merch. Your merch is dope too.
thank you,
Oh,
thank
I'm
you,
so
thank you.
mad I forgot to bring that up. I'm so sorry. I
Oh, no, you
forgot to
good.
bring that up.
I'm just
Cause your
pushing my
merch
brand.
is dope. I
I
I
appreciate
am
it.
feeling your merch. Like I'm gonna hit you. Hopefully you got something for the big guys. But
Oh, I
yeah,
do. I show love.
yes,
That's what's gonna
yes.
support me, man.
Hey, definitely, man. So, but yeah, sis, this has been dope. You know, when I told you last week when the holidays was going on, I wanted to make sure that it was going to be dope and you was going to be feeling it, and you came out and you killed it, girl. And I
Thank
really
you.
want to thank you for coming out
Thank
with
you,
them.
brother, man. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for genuinely from your heart showing me love. I'm going to have you on my podcast, man. I really appreciate you for having me on yours, man.
Yes, anytime, girl. We gonna work. We gonna get it popping, and we gonna help each other. We gonna show the world, y'all. Look, this is the Messiah talking. You hear it from me. We are going against all that stereotype bullshit when y'all say black people can't stick together. That is bullshit. We ain't playing that over here. Jamie
Nope.
B came over here, signed and sealed it, and the Messiah is gonna drill and just put it out there. It's nothing.
Yeah, love
Again,
is love, man.
Again, I want to thank you, Jamie B, for coming out. This has been a moment with the Messiah. Live streaming this Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Pacific time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Honest Assholes. Shout out to the team. Let's get it, baby. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
peace and